Hello and welcome. Now behind me I got this 2005 Grand Marquis. And today we're going to be changing the blend door. This is the one I'm using, which is the same part number as the Dorman. Now this one works with manual AC, which is set up like this where you manually control the temperature. Now if you have an automatic one with a digital display and you can set the temperature, well, that's probably going to be this part number right here. So let's get to work. And I'm going to pull carefully as I go along. Now it doesn't hurt to take a flathead and go down through here and go ahead and pop some of that loose. As you see, let's do this number right here. Kind of wiggle it loose a little bit. That one's got a little peg right here that you just kind of pull out a little bit. But now we got, on this one I got just one plug-in down here, which is right here on this one. And we will attempt to do that by hand. Might be difficult because it's right there. There, okay. Alright, now to get to it, we need to remove the airbag out of our way, carefully. My battery's unplugged because of that annoying noise. And don't mind the mess over there, I'm working on the speedometer as well while we are here. I'm going to go ahead and take these two 7mm out. I'm going to go ahead and remove these two 7mm here, so I can also remove the glove box and give me more space to work in. Now, let's drop that, slide that out. Now I got room to get to these two bolts under here, as you can see here and here, which by the way are 8mm. See if we can unplug it right there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Up is this plastic holding that in place. Now we can try to pop that loose. It's being a little stubborn for me, so I'll do that. Now I'll put this up behind the back seat. I got a lot more room now. And now lastly, so I can get some more space, go back to my 7. Pop that off. Now I'm going to go back here to get this duct off. And this little mystery 7mm hiding back here. And wouldn't you know it, there's another little hidden 7mm right there. Ain't that great? Now that that's disconnected, however you feel like doing it, we can start to try to wiggle the duct out. Now however you have to take it off is about how it seems to be with the lack of space. This does pop apart a little bit and it might break, and you might have to tape it back up whenever you get it back in, but it's a pain. And right there's what we need to get to. Right there it is. Now that first screw right there is an 8mm. Now lo and behold, the first one's easy. At least once you get a couple of threads, you can start getting it with your fingers. So maybe there's hope for the back one yet. Because what we may have to do right here is, well, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug, or attempt to unplug it. There it is, okay. Around in there, and see if I can show you. Right there is a button for it. You push it in and pull up. Pretty easy once you find it. It's kind of going in blind though. I get it. It's easy to put all this together when it's on an assembly line. But getting it apart while it's together is a different story. And there doesn't seem to be a way in that way. Now this seems unorthodox to most, but broke the top off of it. Now, luckily with the case off, I can actually see. You may not be able to. There's a third 8mm right there. So if I didn't take the case off, I wouldn't have known. Sometimes when it comes to these blend door actuators, I'm not gonna lie, I've broken them off several times to save me headache and time. Just go about finding the right way to do it is the question. Because I can't get my hand back in there to get a socket on that. I'm not going to take this whole dash apart and everything just to do it. Because I own this car and it's not a customer, so if I break something a little bit like that off, I'm cool with it. And also, I'm not paid by the hour because I'm, not working on it. So, for somebody. Doing this for myself, and yeah, if you gotta find a way to break it, so be it. I've done it before. So see, I got that right there and that on the metal, that way I can push down and hopefully it breaks apart. Now I won't lie to y'all, I don't do things by the book. I'll show you right here getting this one out. There's a screw. I broke part of it in order to actually get to the screw and turn it. Now I didn't damage anything else, so it's okay. And I'm sure people are like, oh no, you damaged it. Well, it's no good anyway, so who cares? As long as I don't damage anything else, it's all that matters. And here's a question you ask yourself. How many of these screws do you want to put back in? I'm not saying I haven't. I'm not saying I haven't only put in one screw and maybe another one as tight as I get it with my finger. And it worked and never had an issue. So sometimes you got to do what you can do because the engineers screw you over. Now, because of how hard they are to get out, they're going to be hard to get in. I'm only going to be able to get one bolt in it, honestly, because I'm not going to be able to get my hand in there to put all the other three back in. So I'm just going to line it up best I can. And since this is attached and it's not really easy to pull out, and you probably don't want to pull it out anyway, so don't try. I'm going to have to line the rod up down here that moves that door, you can hear, to this one. I'm going to go ahead and turn it all the way to that direction, which is heat. So I'm going to bring that, slide it in. Make sure it's on that tab in the back. So you got it lined up. I'm going to start this first screw and tighten it down. Now I can attempt to get the others. Doesn't mean I will though. Just going to go ahead and tighten down that one. And then I'm going to try it and make sure it doesn't move on me. Now, I've had to do this on other blend doors before for the simple fact that, they put them in the worst places. And sometimes I can get two in, which don't bother me. But this one, I can physically only reach one. All right, now, it's on cold, let's turn it to hot. Beautimous. it works perfectly. Now if I turn it to the center, yep, turn it a little bit at a time, and it slowly moves. See if I want to go halfway real quick. You can see that thing is not moving around either, so one bolt is holding it. Alright, now the fun part again is putting this back in, and we can tape that back together and make it tight again. So, not a lot of room. We're just going to have to ask it very nicely to just work with us. There's, again, just not enough room. I'm going to try to slide it behind. Oh, ended up opening that plastic, but there we go. There. Now, unfortunately, I just need to tape it back together because I had to split it open to get it around. There is probably someone with an easier way out there, which is all right, because it's just not an easy one to do. And right now, I'm trying to line up the hole for that bolt. Trick to lining that back up is looking through that hole right there, because you can see the threads and you can look under the dash and actually see it's right there. So you can look under here too and make sure you got it lined up right. All right, now real quick, we're just going to pop this back into place. And we will have one screw, but we'll wait till we get the other screws for the airbag in. So, go ahead and get this hooked up, plugged in, bring it up, set it back where it was, slide that back in. Start these screws. Including this one right here. Then I'm going to start these ones down low. Once I got them all lined up, especially on the airbag, all four started, then I'll tighten them all back down. We have them all tightened down. All we got left to do is pop this trim piece back on. Plug in the defroster. Get this close and lined up to where I can try to get this airbag light back where it's supposed to be. But this one's a little messed up. Get those ends lined up where they should be. And once everything's lined up, you need to start on the side and then get those little ends. It looks like it's got screws to take apart, but I couldn't reach them. My airbag light was already loose and hanging whenever I bought the car. So that's kind of giving me some troubles right here. Not a big deal. I'll take care of it real quick. See real quick. Sure that's where it should be. We should be able to start popping it all back together. Just like that. Now for the last part is the glove box. Have to slide it in, get the tabs in to kind of self-hold it like that. And then crawl up under it and put screws back in. Should line up like that. Got one started. Got the other started. Now it's got to tighten them down. Once you put everything back in your glove box that you need, you're done. Now that's it. That's how I change the blend door on a Grand Marquis or Crown Victoria, you know, Lincoln, whatever. This same Panther platform. Now I hope this video proved helpful. And always, thanks for watching.